And we're back on St. LFCTV for another show, another LFC catch-up show. A lot to talk about today. And like always, do you know what I mean? I bring guests. We've got a regular on, and we've also got, it's a debutant. Do you know what I mean? Someone I rate very, very highly. So we'll be back. Boom! And we're back on St. LFCTV, with your boy saying. And yeah, man, here with the one, the only, my Irish. I'm so used to speaking with Dan Whelan. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? My Scottish brother, literally Scottish neighbour down the road. How you doing, Conroy? You alright, bro?
Good, mate. How are you?
Man, I'm not bad, man. I'm not bad today at all. I haven't really started the drinking festivities yet, but as soon as this stream is over, I'm getting my St. Paddy's Day on. Do you know what I mean? And
of course.
Yeah, just chilling. Now for the debut of the one, the only,
the Super Chat King. The Super Chat King.
Trust me, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine.
Listen, thank you very much for coming on, man. It's an absolute pleasure having you on.
Pleasure for me to be on here. It shouldn't be a pleasure for me to be on here. I'd be saying thank you to you for allowing me on.
Nah, don't be silly, bro. Don't be silly, man. LFC community, man, and we're here to chop it up. We've also got a couple guests. I'm not even going to mention them just in case they don't come through. So, but I've got one or two that will pop in on the stream. Do you know what I mean? As we're going, so that's all good. So yeah, man, guys, how we feeling? Let me just shout out Demo. Hey, big up Demo Dre each and every time. This guy, he's like, yo, listen, Nat Phillips, you need to change up that score real quick. I said, Demo Dre, you're not wrong. So yeah, now big up Demo Dre each and every time. He says top four is well and truly on with all these teams dropping points and will continue to drop points. We just need to win our games. And I think you're very, very right. I personally, I don't know if I'm in that top four camp as of yet. I think we've left it a bit late for the charge. And I just say that we just got to just deal with each game as it comes. Do you know what I mean? Deal with each game as it comes. And then we'll be there or there amongst, do you know what I mean? And hopefully we can take advantage. What are your thoughts on top four, lads? Just actually before you get in, guys, please, housekeeping, I'm very, very, very bad. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. We're pushing for nearly 300 subs, so please help. Slap a like. Yeah, go ahead, Conroy, take it away.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, I'm not a hypocrite. I stuck by my opinion. I said a couple of weeks ago, I just thought it would be a mountain to climb, and we'd have to get a bit of performance and consistency. Don't even think we've got that yet. We've got the result, fair play, but performance-wise, I don't think we're there. And I just think there's too many things, Nick, that have to go. And see, when 9 times out of 10, like that's, see, before clock came, that was the type of attitude when you're finishing 5th, 6th. It never actually works out because usually when you're in that position, you're not really capable of winning that many games in a row. So, not for me, mate. But what I would say is I think there's about maybe 100,000 Liverpool fans who need to apologise to Demo Dre, because as much as I like Nat Phillips, he is the only one, well, that I saw anyway, that was backing that from the very start. So
that's what I'm saying. I put my review out, and he literally was in the car. He said, "Yo, listen, big man, yeah, in that hard Jamaican accent, I could hear the accent off the message. I said, yo, listen, I don't want no problems." Now, shout out Demo Dre, who has literally been one of Nat's biggest kind of aviator for some time, man. So yeah, man, and I'm just happy that I'm happy to see that, you know what I mean. Him and Kabak are being given the kind of reins to form some type of partnership. Do you know what I mean?
They're all jumping on the Demo Dre bandwagon though. So that's the thing. When everyone when Callum, I love Callum, but see when he's on talking Coppish, basically just copying Demo. Demo's been doing this for 3 months.
You heard it here first.
No, but Callum knows that. Callum knows Demo as well. But listen, the guy, Demo's got credit in the bank. He called this. Everyone else didn't. He's got it. Fair play.
Demo's the guy. Shout out Coppish. Make sure you guys are supporting that channel as well, man. Love you guys over there. Shannon says, thought of LeBron James joining Liverpool owners. He already owns a stake. So it would just be, I think
it's a bigger stake, yeah.
A bigger stake. I mean, he's already I don't mind it. I've always liked seeing. I'm a big fan of NBA. So it's mad seeing that crossover. Do you know what I mean? Being a Liverpool fan and then seeing one of your biggest kind of idols in that sport like advocating for that. It's weird. First time I saw him with a Liverpool scarf on, and I was like, "What? Swear down." So now listen, more life to it. That will give us more eyes on us. And it will just, make us grow. I think so. Yeah.
Do you think people are maybe exaggerating a bit on that, Nick? In the sense of, I saw a tweet and it was quite funny. They said, "Okay, imagine if LeBron phones Mbappe." I've got to be honest, guys. I think we need to remember a lot of that stuff. Yes, it comes down to money, and it comes down to not necessarily the big celebrities and big personalities. I know LeBron's done a lot though for like where he's from. I'm not saying that, but I don't know if that necessarily means Project Mbappe is happening because LeBron James has got more money. I think he shares anyway, because when he got his first shares, it's like quadrupled in price, like the money he's made from the club, like because the value of his shares anyway. I don't know if it directly links though, guys, because I think there's a lot involved in signing players as well. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes, i.e. the Michael Edwards and stuff of the world tour involved a lot. So yeah, possibly a few percent we might get. You might have instead of 5% chance, you might have 7% chance of getting Mbappe. I might be wrong, but I think there's a lot of other things that go into play.
Any as Tesco says, every little helps. Every little helps, and we'll take that. Do you know
advertising wise, LeBron obviously, if he's wearing like I know he's only wore the Liverpool kit once though. If he's doing that again, that's huge for the club.
That's huge, yeah, and obviously our global reach. Do you know what I mean, Jersey boy? What are your thoughts on LeBron and Liverpool?
Oh my God, what's going on here? So my thing froze for a second. I don't know. I think it's great to see LeBron go into a bit of FSG, but I think the problem with that is that people think that it's going to affect the finances. It's not. I still think we will not spend that much money in the summer because FSG don't have any money. So unless someone else buys us, I don't think we're going to be buying it back.
That's all good.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. My internet never went, but that was strange.
No, I agree. I think you're right. I pretty much think very much the same things in terms of we're gonna need owners that are actively looking to progressively better our situation with their own finances, because it looks like that's where it's heading, especially if we don't get top four. Shout out man like Shawnee, big support of the channel. Shout yourself out each and every time. He says we need to relax with this top four talk. We can only judge our chances once the teams around us have caught up with their games in hand. Again, big facts there. I don't think the games in hand are as big as they have done. I think it's only one or two. Is it like
Everton have got
one?
And, Aston Villa, but I don't know if that's still is relevant. It's more the performance for me, guys. It's a fair point, Shawnee. I just think they've not shown any consistency in performance. Yes, that was the first time we won a game, and people maybe want to use the narrative that it was a scrappy win, but sometimes there's a lot of luck involved in that. Like Wolves were very poor as well. So I need to see more. I think we all need to see more. I think we're just happy to celebrate a win. Nick, we've enjoyed it, had a great laugh.
100%. I'm at that stage, and I'm very honest about it. I am just happy to see a win, and I know pretty much Jersey Boy seconds that because I've been on the channel where we said that we just wanted to see a win, man. Like it was dark times, man. You know what I mean?
But by the way, Nick, seeing our instant reaction the other night, you know what we never talked about when I rewatched it? Nat Phillips actually won the header.
The header for the goal. I know.
How did we miss that? That's shocking.
I know, and I ended up giving Kabak. I did think Kabak had a slightly better game, but it's true.
I agree.
He has to get plaudits for that. You're right. You're very right.
Yeah.
And to be very honest with you, man like Shawnee was the one that on Instagram messaged me at halftime, was like, "Yo, he literally said, shout out Nat Phillips who got the header, but he won't even get recognition for that." And you're right,
Absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right.
Give him recognition for that. So shout out, man, like Shawnee, who showed me that. Man, you're right, man. Listen, I'm very, 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 very happy that these two centre backs are now starting to get some game time. If I'm not wrong, should he start with the same two centre backs against Arsenal? That's probably our longest centre back pairing for some time. Like,
I think so,
which
mate.
is shocking.
But I think there's a lot to be said for continuity in the sense of, I think Carragher spoke about it after the game. They're going to make mistakes, and they have been making mistakes, not perfect, but to have two people who know that and they're going to help each other. To be honest, I think it's like Fabinho does too much in the midfield now to put him back. I think we all accepted that, and I agree, mate. I think it's like even if fans will be okay if we lose or concede a goal, we can accept it because we know they're not the best in the world. But I think we just lose too much. You called it, mate. Fabulous. You said he's a difference there, and I was quite apprehensive about that. But guys like me who've been saying you need to put Fab there because at the end of the day we've been proved wrong, because you can see how much effect he has controlling and reading the game. So fair play. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. All right. So moving on to, I mean, I wanna talk about the Leipzig win firstly. And before I move on to the Wolves win, chances, lads. I think that the main thing that was probably the difference between the two games was that we actually created chances of ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Not a lot. And we still didn't finish. The conversion rate is still very low, but it's nice.
3%, wasn't it? 3% until we scored.
But it's nice to see that we're actually causing defenders problems as opposed to just being quite stagnant in front of them and everything's. Do you know what I mean? That was my main takeaway from the Leipzig game. I mean, when we first won the first game, I was like, listen, more like pretty much what you're like now, Conroy, in terms of like, we got the win, but mate, we got gifted 2 goals. And other than that, we did sod all else. Do you know what I mean? So now that it's actually a different, do you know what I mean? Like I said, it's a different way. And I took some confidence from that. What was, what from that game in terms of, do you think it was very much another, we got the win, we didn't play well, or do you know what I mean? Anything out of that performance that you could take away and think, you know what?
Yeah, Dave, Jersey, I don't know if you want to take this or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
See the thing is, I thought it was, for me, Nick, slightly different. Leipzig, I agree. I think Leipzig just were poor defensively in both legs, and I'll come out and say that. They really were, guys. Like, let's be honest, like, you can't be beating centre-backs that easily. Like, they separated like the Red Sea. It was horrendous. Like, no, but what I mean is, like, yes, that goal we scored, it's great movement, but see, if you watch the game, there was several occasions we got in behind. I mean, the Trent Alexander-Arnold chance, I mean, that was good play, but most
the Jota chance.
Yeah, but most teams of a good standard would break defences down like that, because I thought the defence was very poor. What I would say, though, is we were good play, but I think it's hard to judge that, because even in the first leg, it was like, I think it was more the bad defending than us cutting them open. However, though, the goal that Salah scored is good play, can't deny it, because Jota's movement, as we mentioned before. But I would say, see, the Wolves game for me, I would say they were poor Wolves, but it was the first time that there was actually players back with Wolves' defence that we actually broke them down with play. And people might be listening, what do you mean? But say like Leipzig are always kind of gun-ho, there's always space. Whereas I'm not saying Wolves were necessarily a low block, but it wasn't like we're getting the ball and we're in goal. You know, we had to have a bit of decision-making, a bit of thinking. And Sadio Mane had a bit of a mad game, terrible moments and some brilliant moments. But you could see the movement and the touch, especially Jota, was breaking teams down. It was causing issues. So it was
the space, doesn't he?
And it was. You could see that was for me. That gave me a bit more confidence, because they're not necessarily a low block team. So I would say, I'm not sitting on the fence, but I need to see us do that against a team who presses us, or a team who does a low block completely. Because Wolves didn't necessarily press us or make it difficult for us on the ball, but they were quite deep. And with Jota's movement, as I've said in numerous streams, his movement is like a number 10. He finds pockets. The guy is very intelligent, more intelligent than people give him credit for. I didn't even give him that much credit at Wolves, but I'm being pleasantly surprised. But because of that, I am more confident going in against the low block teams because I feel like he is the common denominator. He makes a difference. And people might say, yeah, but Salah and Mane's movement is good as well. Yes, I think so. It is. But being perfectly honest, I think it's because he drags defences in different areas they don't want to be, create space for them. And I don't just mean like a false nine. Like he's making movement. He's on the right-hand side, and then he's moving in a number 10 role, and he's doing the same on the left. He's coming deep sometimes, and then he's spinning in behind. I just think he's... I think he's gonna get better. By the way, guys, I'm going to call it. I think Jota is going to blow people away. People keep saying he's been amazing. I think he can get better because I think he's finishing. He's always been good, but I think he can get better at finishing to a top level. And I also feel like he's. You can maybe even say he's maybe technically no amazing touch, but I think that's just maybe because he's unfit now. He's not match fit yet, match sharpness.
He showed us examples of, like, remember that goal? Was it? I know it was Champions League goal when
Atlanta, cut back in, superb, mate.
So he showed us things. No, I do.
But he's effective though.
Is what I call him, bruv. So I
know. He makes it look simple in the sense of he's very direct, and I don't mean people might think like, does he play a long ball? No, I just mean like he's confident in his ability. First minute of the game, ball over the top, he gets on his left foot and has the confidence to take that down and run. It doesn't come off, but you can just tell he knows what he's good at. I just think, for me, he looks like out of the front three or even four, if you include Firmino, he looks the most confident player right now. Like, he looks like he knows what his strengths are. Like, Jota's not going to try stuff that he's not good at.
Yeah,
he's not kidding himself. I honestly, guys, I think he probably will get Player of the Year for Liverpool this year. If not him, you might say Curtis Jones, maybe Robbo, probably Curtis Jones. But I would say I would go for Jota. For the amount of games he's played, he's been the most impressive player I've seen this season for Liverpool, and I would say that right now.
100%. Oh, I agree. Jersey boy, moving on to yourself. What was what the kind of positives that you took from kind of both games, I guess, but particularly from Leipzig before we kind of move into the Wolves game?
I guess defending, just control of the ball. Midfield looks so much better because Klopp decided I'm going to put Fabinho where it belongs. I don't know. And obviously Jota starting. It was a positive because I was tired of seeing Bobby playing as a number 9. The guy's not a number 9. I don't want to see him ever play there again because he just does not work. It doesn't work anymore. So I think it was real positives, but for me there were more negatives than positives even though we won, which is a shame.
No, good stuff. Before I move on to another topic, there's a couple of topics happening in the chat that I want to just bring up and get you lot's opinion on. So shout out Channing, again, original member of the
shout out Channing.
Shout out Channing. Guys, Liverpool want Sanderberg apparently as a Genie replacement. That's the Norwegian? Is that Sheffield United guy?
United, yeah. It was good for was it Genk he played for?
Yeah.
Played against in the Champions League.
We've got others in here saying that shout out A says that Sander isn't good enough in his opinion. I would pretty much say the same. I wouldn't, if we were going for Sanderberg especially as a Genie replacement, I wouldn't be happy.
No.
What about yourself?
What I would say, guys, is see guys like that is, I think it's hard to judge a season because he's in a pure team. I'm not saying he's a Genie replacement, but I would say before Sheffield United signed him, there was a lot of teams looking at him and interested because he is quite a technically good player for such a tall guy because he is quite a strong player. The question I'd say, like, why are you going for Sander? How much is he going to cost? He's still quite young, so even if he's just signed a deal last year with Sheffield United, so he's probably 20 million he's signing for. So he's maybe going to cost what? He would be looking for a profit on that. So maybe 30? You could probably get Bissouma who for about 40, and I'd say Bissouma, no one's ready made, but Bissouma can play a similar type of role as Genie in the league. But don't get me wrong, I'm not going to rule him out because he plays for Sheffield United. I've watched a few games, he's been quite impressive, but I wouldn't say that's the one to go for a Genie replacement. Bissouma, let's be honest, Bissouma is the one that will be target marked. That just makes the most sense. If we're going to replace Genie, you're going to go with Bissouma.
No, you're
And
right. To be very
yeah.
honest with you, in saying that, you've made a very good argument. If they're gonna want to make a profit on
We've only just signed him, mate, yeah.
you're looking around 30, and for 30 million, why would you go when you could get Basuma for 40?
Yeah.
Before
you
you
might
go
say they're
on,
getting relegated, Nick. You might say they're going to get relegated, but I think even if you look at Bournemouth winning Aki for 40 million, I don't think that matters as much as people used to think it did.
Yeah.
You know, like they cut their
Yeah,
prices. So
right. So boom, I'm gonna shout out my Don, my brother. Big up, Saif. What's going on? You all right,
Yo,
my guy?
what is up?
Bro,
So
good,
I was listening to parts of the stream while I was just finishing my stuff, and I was like, no, I need to jump on. I need to get in.
I need to get involved. Like, no, say nothing, bro. Say nothing. Guys, I need to go and grab my headphones and a beverage. So I'm gonna hit you with this comment real quick. What is your thoughts on Ox playing striker? Apparently he's looking pretty sick, says Channing. I've been impressed with the little. No, let me not mess about. I was impressed with the last little introduction he had. I thought he looked okay. Bar the
he looked
little
hungry. He looked hungry, Nick. He did look good.
there was one pass that he needed to make to Trent, and he like sent him wide, and I was like, "Oh, come on, Ox!" Like, and then I was like a bit like, "What the hell?" But he kind of grew into it, and like he said, he looked hungry, he looked better. I'm still not convinced though. As a striker, I don't know. I just don't
Is it a
understand what's going
striker
on.
or is it a false nine?
Yeah, I think it's a false nine. What are your thoughts? I'm just quickly gonna go and grab my headphones and my juice. Shoot.
You go Safe. I need to check, son. You go first, mate.
No, so I was thinking, to be honest, at the moment, we're in a situation at the club where with our three strikers at the moment, we're making, I wouldn't say making chances, but a lot of our attack is happening, or a lot of our gameplay is happening in the final third. Where realistically, a team like Liverpool should be able to convert their chances a lot better than we are at the moment. And I think it's the only time, it's a good time to make changes in the final third. So, for example, Firmino's dropped out recently, and we've seen Jota take his position. And Jota's done quite a good job of it. And if you've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's also fighting for that sort of position, then I feel no harm in giving it a try or whatnot. But yeah, that's my personal opinion on it anyways. And I think, look, Ox is a great player. He's still got a lot to prove. And I know he's been at the club for a long time. But like Saint said before he left, that some of these passes that he's making just ain't professional level football. Like that one which did send Trent off the pitch.
Yeah, it's one pass. Everyone makes a bad pass in a game, guys. I could show you 10 passes that Salah makes every game that doesn't come off.
I think when Salah makes a mistake, my eyes close in it. So
possibly, no. But my point with Ox is, I think he's good. Like I've always said, that the problem is he was an impact player for years at Liverpool, and now he's not good at making an impact straight away. Like as we spoke before, Safe, it looks like he needs about 5 or 6. He looks like he's definitely always had the brain to a certain extent, but the problem is when he gets the ball in the last couple of games, he knows what he wants to do with it, but he just can't seem to do it quick enough. A lot of injuries might play a part in that. But I think Ox, right? I think people know Klopp's sentimental towards Ox because he feel sorry for him. I think anybody would. People are saying he should be ruthless, and I think Liverpool should be ruthless at times. But I mean, he's had a lot of injuries, so I think Klopp's just trying to maybe give him the end of the season to see if he can prove. If Ox is never going to start again, but if he can prove that he can make an impact off the bench like he did in the past, I think Drifty said it on it in Coppish, I think he actually probably will have a chance. He's staying in the team. Other fans might hear this and say, no, we should sell him when we can, but I don't know. I think if he can show himself to be a useful impact player again, I think you might be surprised. I think you might keep him. But as regard to a striker, I think, to be honest, he played Shaqiri in that role a couple of weeks ago as like a kind of number false nine to link it up. People are going to hate this comment. We've always just assumed Ox because when he played out wide, he's been poor. But when I watched Ox with Arsenal, I thought he was very good out wide for the type of player he was. You know, he's quite strong and aggressive.
I feel like we haven't played him out wide because he ain't going to fight for those spots as opposed to, all right, Mane's not on form at the moment, but he's not going to nick that position from Salah or Mane. So I feel like his only option to get into that first 11 is stick him into the middle because obviously like Firmino's dropped form. So you're going to play him anywhere for false nine, literally. No,
I hear that. I do think, sorry, obviously I missed most of that because I was out, but I do think that
Man's got his super multis ready now.
Hey, bro, I'm there, bro. I'm ready. See, I got Saif on. As soon as you come on, I said, yeah. We're full gang. Jersey boys here. I'm loving it. No, like I feel that Ox, as good as he's been and as good as he's showing now, in terms of where we want to go, he needs to be makeshift. He needs to be moved on. And I think that we could get someone who'd be a little bit more kind of ready for what we're looking for. Before we move on, shout out Trudon. Some original man them in the chat today, man. Love it. Thanks for the support. Anyone that's new, obviously, please sub, man. And drop a like. Please make sure that you're going over to Ryan LFC's channel. Jersey Boy does a lot of work there, subbing over there and liking, and obviously official Saif My Brother's channel, because he's doing big bits. I like that. There's a nice little skit on there that Saif's done that I was absolutely cracking up about, Nat Phillips skit. So go and check that out, man. So guys, want to fire this at you. Who do you want in the Champions League draw? Got a feeling it'll be Real Madrid, Salah versus Ramos, the sequel. Jersey Boy, I'm gonna go to you first.
Well, I'm quickly going to tell you who
each person gets two choices.
I'm just telling you, I've already predicted the draw, and I think we're getting Dortmund.
Oh wow, okay.
And City will get Porto. It's just written in the stars.
What's your thoughts on if we get Dortmund?
I think if we get Dortmund, it's difficult because you have the thing is they have the same problem as us. They've got problem in defense. They're playing Emre Can as a defender.
What do you mean same problem as us? Who? As who? We got the two. We got Kabak and Nat Phillips.
True.
Talking about, bruv.
True.
Nah, I'm messing.
No, true. But what I mean is they've got defense.
No, Jersey, don't take his rubbish. You're right, mate. We're playing centre back.
No. No, but what I mean is they're still doing what we were doing before. They're playing Emre Can as defender. I think it'd be attack against attack because they've got Haaland, they've got Brandt, they've got
they're a big boobed woman, aren't they? They're very
very top heavy. Yeah, they're massive.
They're very top heavy. Do you know?
I think Dortmund is a game which will probably go to penalties because both teams.
I don't know. Haaland's special, guys. Let's not be around the bush. Haaland's special.
Bruv, I'm not worried about Jadon Sancho. I'm now at that point. And I wasn't like a Haaland, you know what I mean, bum sucker. I was like, all right, let me just. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, this guy's.
Do you get the comparisons to Van Nistelrooy in the sense of, I'm not talking about the way he plays. I'm just saying, see if Van Nistelrooy was a killer, like just wanted to score.
More. I actually think he brings
ruthless. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he brings more. Van Nistelrooy in front of goal was ridiculous, but I actually think Haaland's got more to his game.
Strikers are getting more chances because we're not playing a 4-4-2, you're playing a 4-3-3.
Yeah, you're right.
But Van Nistelrooy, I thought Van Nistelrooy was like, we sometimes say clinical, like those guys are clinical. Like
he was in like the Raul. He was in like the Raul class of like, do you know what I mean? Like, no. I think if you're getting compared to someone like a Van Nistelrooy, mate, that says it all. Do you know what I mean? Like Haaland,
I think he's like angry. Great. He's like Mbappe's like, I get Hazard vibes off Mbappe sometimes in the sense of not Mbappe's quality amazing, but Hazard's like Mbappe loves football, like he's having a great time. I think Haaland is miserable if he's not scored in a game. Like he's actually, you can see he gets fuming, right? That scares people. That scares me. It does, and it's like you have to remember this guy will get one chance and he'll score. I've seen enough. I've seen enough in the German Bundesliga and the Champions League. I think he's just ruthless, and I just think they'll have too much for us in the sense teams will create chances. Come on, anybody will create a chance against us, even though we've done well. But even Wolves, there's a few last-ditch challenge that Phillips and Kabak had to do. Not always their fault, but teams will get chances. I think for us, Porto or Madrid is what I'd go for. But even Madrid, we love to sleep on Madrid. Madrid are winners at their core, and they do find ways to win. I know they've not been great the last couple of years, but they do. They won the La Liga last year, and no one's giving them much credit that Benzema's like, did you see the stats that Benzema goal contributions or whatever?
Yeah.
When Ronaldo's there,
he's pretty much doing it by himself now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
He got 27, I think it's 23 and 30 goals in the last 3 years. I actually think I'd still say Madrid and Porto's our best shout because I still think we could outdo Madrid even with Ramos in the team. I think we could outdo them because of their attack.
Do you not think that Porto owe us a beating?
Yeah, mate, but I feel like by the time we get around
They
to
did done Porto a
Porto,
few times, bro. Like, I don't know if Porto putting out Cristiano Ronaldo is the same. It's the
it's the
same beat.
same
Not like
coach,
little
though, do you know what I
Porto,
mean? Yeah, he's improved, honestly. He's a young manager, he's improved, but I agree, mate. I think a low block causes more problems than it should, but I just feel like I trust that game because even I can see us winning that game. There's some games there's no way. If we get a Munich or maybe PSG, I wouldn't agree with, but a Munich, we're not winning that game. There's no chance we're winning that game.
Can I just throw a name,
bro.
Sorry, say that again.
Now said Saif. What are you saying, bro?
All right, so
I was just going to say that Monts is in the chat in the waiting room waiting. Monts is in the waiting room. Yeah.
I ain't even seen him, bruv.
Yeah, I was going to let you know.
Hold on a second.
oh, because you got to scroll it down.
Yeah, I got to scroll down, so I can't even see my man just chilling. Man ain't trying to wave a hand or get no. He's just sitting there like, yo, you should know, bro. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Bro,
I'm a
Monts is here. I didn't even realise that. How you doing, mate?
Gang business. Monts, we're just talking about who we'd want in the Champions League, so think about that. And I'm giving everyone two teams. Safe.
Okay.
I'm going Porto or Man City. The only reason, and I know City are just wild form at the moment, but if there's a team, listen. Before you make the expressions, yeah, let me explain myself. Right.
I've got to go. I've got to leave this channel. Sorry.
Listen. Conroy, yeah, if you leave, I'm going to call you just to explain to you why.
I'm only kidding.
City, yeah, they're the only team there that I reckon have a bit of a mental block that when it comes to us, because Pep's going to be under so much pressure in that game that if there's ever a time to go, because they haven't, I think the furthest they've got is the quarters, right?
Semis, not with Pep, but they've got the semis.
So if Pep can't get to the semis with City the way they're playing at the moment, considering where they are in the league and Liverpool's bad form, then imagine the amount of pressure on him at the moment. Yeah, and I know those are all factors going against us, but if we ever turn up, yeah, it's always in the Champions League, and I just feel like having City just gives us that little bit of confidence. The other one is Porto, because even though it's a low block, probably not our preferable style of playing against. I just feel a bit more comfortable watching a boring game rather than us have Real Madrid running at us every 30 seconds. And I think with Porto we can eventually break them down. But I'll see Porto. Obviously you lot don't agree with me fully.
No. See, can I just add to that, mate? Sorry to interrupt, Nick. See the thing with Man City. I agree with that. I agreed with that up till we played them in the lockdown with no fans there. And then Man City destroyed us. You can see Alisson's mistake, but they absolutely destroyed us. They were light years ahead of us. I feel like see when Pep gets like a Leon or someone like that in the quarter, obviously not this year, but a team who he's maybe not came up against, but because I think psychologically that Anfield thing's gone with, especially without being fans there. I mean, we talk about Liverpool in the Champions League, but fans play a massive part in that. And no, I just think with the team we've got now, I just think fair play, Safe. You might be right, mate. I just think City their movement is light years ahead of ours, and I just feel like they would defensively they're strong as well. I think they would just outdo us in every way.
I feel like they're a bit like Porto as well. Like we've got a beating from them in the Champions League. Destined, do you know what I mean? Especially what we done to them. That
4-1 game will leave a marker on us as well, guys. Don't forget that. That was taking the title away. This is where you are now. That was a big statement by City. So I think psychologically, don't get me wrong. I don't think City will win the Champions League. I just think they'll maybe get put out by someone he's not faced yet. Because if you notice Guardiola, it's when he gets a team. Leon last year, they set up, beat him 3-1. Who was it the year before? It was Spurs before, and then Monaco before that. So it's always when it seems to be a team he's not faced that he maybe overthinks it, starts playing players, probably play De Bruyne a right back or something. But that's how I think City might get put out, to be honest, guys. It'll be something he's not came up against. But fair point. See if it might happen, mate.
Just a question, yeah. As a City fan, yeah, if you look at the draw, which teams do you not want? I don't know why. I just feel like for them, yeah, they just see Liverpool and it's just like, oh, they've got to deal with the Scousers again, sort of thing.
No, that's maybe a good point.
That's a good point.
But he's still there?
Oh, two people have gone frozen.
Not next back. We all good?
I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
There you go.
Safe
Size
back.
back.
Sorry, mate.
I was wondering where everyone's freezing.
Let's move on to Monts, man. What you saying, brother? Who you want to see in the Champions League? And say for listen, before you even say a word, guys, please make sure you're gonna go over and subscribing to Big Six Bants, man. But Monts is putting out some absolute
Big channel, man.
Love for that, man.
You know what I mean? So
Honestly.
yeah, man. Talk to me. What you said?
Well, first of all, big up Dima. I see him in the comments, so just big up to him.
Each and every time, Demo, man. He's still
each and every
holding
time.
tight for this top 4 race, bro. He's like, yo, we've got this. I said, Demo, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
But if I'm on each end of the spectrum. I either want Porto or I want Bayern. It's that simple. People are probably gonna look at me, but don't shoot me. As I said, I want Bayern for certain reasons because if we want to be the best, I feel like we have to beat the best. And if we're in the competition, I'm not here to participate. I'm not Man United. I'm not Arsenal. I'm not any of these. I'm not any of these. I'm not any of them, man. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm here.
Oh, he came
I'm
in straight
here.
on smoke, man.
I'm here.
I've got news for you, Monts. We're not the best team, mate, so it's going to have to be a good draw.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware we're not the team that we used to be. But as I said, if we really wanna earn this trophy and not just participate and try and just let's just have a good run. If we're really gonna be integral to this competition, I feel like we need to beat a giant in this competition. And if you look back, Barcelona, Bayern, we've done it before. Not to say we've got the credentials to do it, because I don't think we have the credentials to do it. I'll be real, but if we can, when it comes to these cup competitions, it's just whoever's better on the day. And Liverpool, even though we're in a really bad position right now, we know how to win Champions League football. I think everyone can agree we know how to win. So I'm not saying it's completely impossible. And obviously the other team I'd love to draw is Porto. And I think Porto, again, equally difficult in a different sort of way. They're low block, they're counter-attacking, they play really well. They play really good football and they know how to grind results. And we don't really fare too well against teams who know how to grind results in recent times. So, I mean, I either want the hardest or I want, on paper, the easiest. So I don't want to disrespect Porto and them, man. There.
No, the manager's improved a lot. Like, tactically, they're a lot better this year than they were previously. He's done a good job. I was annoyed. You see in the press conference, no Italian journalists were in the press conference to speak to him. Well, it was disgraceful. That was ridiculous. The guy just beat Juve, and yous are too snobbish to go and listen to him after it.
Literally.
Enough of that rubbish.
No,
that.
it's good to see the comments, bro. Because Demo's like, boy, Saif is on one, bro. Man City, and then you got other man that saying, listen, shout out Ian Francis. You're saying, yeah, we're the last team that City wants. So there is a mix. There is a divide. It's nice to see that when I put that question around. I think probably collectively, Porto's the one team that I think is.
I think you're right, Nick. Though, like eventually, the law averages, like when we played them last time, I think the law averages.
Them, bro.
You're not
it wasn't even a contest,
like
bro.
Yeah,
we brushed them, bro. We were like, are we even playing the game here?
By the law averages, I can't see it being a smooth game, even if you get them. I think like
they look a different team. They look a different. I looked at them at that Juve game and I thought, bro, these lot don't look. I think we can still move to them, but it's just not going to be that 5-0. Do you know what I mean? That same way.
We're not firing.
We moved to Porto regularly.
Yeah, we're not
Porto
firing.
Moved to like
regular.
Porto's cheeks get clapped regularly when it comes to the when it comes to them, when it comes to us, but I just don't think that will be nowhere near the story.
You know when you clap cheeks and then the fourth time the woman just you weren't expecting it. Man. Do you know what I mean?
She's just telling me, actually, I've got a man now.
Yeah, you're like, but you was having it before, and it's like, and these are the times. These are the times. It's COVID times. We're not looking the same. We ain't got the shape up that we had. Do you know what I mean? We're looking all grizzly. We're not the same team. You know,
it's true. It's true.
This analogy becomes reality,
right? Shout out the analogy gang. Demo
Analogy
said,
Analogy
FC. Trust me, we're trying to Drifty will be proud of us. Demo Dre says, bro, we thought we had the advantage over City at Anfield. We got spanked. It's not the year for us. And mental blocks, Safe. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
To be fair, Safe's point is right though. Maybe from Man City's perspective, they probably want. I agree with Demo, but I hear what Safe's saying is maybe if you're in Man City's camp, the last thing you can be bothered with is another Liverpool knockout game. I get that. They probably don't want an English team. They want to stay away from English teams.
It's
But we'll
true.
see.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Good debate though, guys. Good debate.
Yeah, no. I was enjoying that.
Great debate, yeah.
All right then. So moving on into the Wolves game. And boy, like Demo, you still in the chat? Let me know if you're still in the chat because this Nat Phillips guy, yeah, he's something else. Like I'm telling you, this aviator Don, like so I call him the aviator. Like, you know them old school jackets with the fur on the top, and there was only for the pilots. This guy is a serious Don. What do you think? Do you think that moving forward, that yes, Demo, trust me. Hey, listen, I'm one guy that I admit my wrongs, man. And like Conroy has said, you are one of the first guys on that Phillips saying that this guy is serious. So I just wanted to just give you your flowers, bro, because he's really showing.
Nick, bring the other comment up. Bring the latest comment up.
Nuts down there. Hey, shout out to you.
That is the best. That is the best. That's better than Bone Breezy. That's a clap. That is superb.
That's comment of the day so far, boy. That's scam, you know. Hey, trust me. What you lot? It's our time to just eulogize over. Do you think all jokes aside? Do you think that? And I'm going to shoot this over. I'm going to kick this over to Jersey Boy. Do you think that? All jokes aside, we've been thirsty for so long that this cup of water seems like it's amazing. Or actually, these are the two that could actually turn our fortunes around this season, and you could see us maybe, do you know what I mean, pushing on. I just want to put all the gas aside and let's because honestly, if we're honest, if we're honest, we weren't in January. Bro, Monts is looking for smoke, boy. we weren't. I personally was like, Kabak. I was like, Nat Phillips. I'm be very honest with you. I'm very, very real. I'm very true. I wasn't sitting here with my chest out with them two centre backs. Now I feel like I got some double D's or something. Man's out here like, yo, we can do this. And I just want to know, like I said, is this us, or are we like, listen, if we get a chance, we're still gonna go for a Konate or whoever, or a Koulibaly, or do you know what I mean? Put it into perspective. Jersey Boy, what are your thoughts? And I'll send it around.
I don't really know. I think Nat Phillips and Kabak could turn the season around, but for me, even though we won 1-0 against Wolves, I saw so many negatives that I think if we're playing another team, we would have been absolutely annihilated. Just because I have a feeling that if Raul Jimenez didn't crack his skull and was starting, he probably would have got a hat-trick. Because they had so many chances that Traore is not good enough for doing that. He only scored, the last time he scored loads of goals was against, who was he against? It was against Man City, I think. He scored like a double against Man City last season. Raul Jimenez scores for fun. He's like one of the best number 9s I've seen for Wolves. And he's always been a trouble against us. But I literally think that if you guys saw, we gave them so much space that they could have scored a few. Semedo nearly scored, but he just can't finish. They can't finish, Wolves. Yeah. So I think we're very lucky.
This is why I wanted to put this out there so I could get, do you know what I mean? I can get a real feeling of what's going on. Shout out Demo. Demo says, I'm gonna go to you next, Conroy. Demo says, I'm just glad he's getting a chance, bro. I really am. Ever since his debut versus Neverton. I know this guy's coming with the absolute fire. When he came off loan, bad up Carlo and went back. I thought he should have been given a chance. Yeah, definitely. And I just want to big up Finn, who's in the chat as well. Big up yourself, Finn, man. Go on, Conroy, what are you saying? Take it.
I was going to say, Jersey, I agree, mate. And if you watch Nick knows my reaction for that game was of a similar. But for me, I thought it was more we were poor on the ball at certain stages. I wouldn't necessarily say the centre-backs were poor. I think maybe I would say when I rewatched it with analysts, I think Carragher's analysis, you saw the amount of times that Kabak or Phillips actually saved with a last-ditch challenge. And you're right, Jersey, you can't get away with that because all it takes is a good cross and they score because you can't necessarily stop everything. But I don't know if I actually think that was the rest of the team. I don't know if you guys agree. But I just can't. I think we have to just roll with the punches with this team, guys. I think it's that simple. Play them at centre-back. They're going to make mistakes. Other teams are going to get chances. But we just have to hope that our front three in the midfield hit a bit of more consistent form. That's going to not outscore teams, but it's like we're not going to keep a clean sheet every match.
Just finish your dinner. Finish your dinner. Yeah. That's all you want. That's literally it. Just finish your dinner. Like, come on, bro. Like, finish up chances. I think is pretty much what you're trying to say, Conroy.
I think logically, you're not going to have. They're not going to be able to make last-ditch challenges like that every game. Like the law of averages, a team's going to score. I don't know if you saw the Phillips one at the last minute that he cleared as well when Traore was in the box. And you're right, Jersey makes a good point. If there's a clinical striker, William Jose, he's been a bit of a. He's not been very good for Wolves considering he was smashing it in La Liga. His movement wasn't really on it. But what I would say is, I thought other players in our team, maybe not individual performances, but just general, they gave the ball, the control of the game wasn't good. I think if that improves, I don't know, I've got a feeling, guys, that we are creating the chances now. We need to finish. If we can finish, we've got a chance. But the problem is the finishing quality conversion rate is so poor that needs to change. And if that changes, we've got a chance. But I hear what you're saying, Jersey, mate.
What change is going to come, though, because I just feel like since we've seen this little partnership in centre-back, I feel that the focus of the team has gone off that, oh, we're missing Van Dijk, or we need to focus on defence all the time and everything. And the focus has moved a little bit further up the pitch. Now we're looking at our midfield. We're looking at Fabinho actually establishing himself back into that centre defensive midfield position. We're looking at how Thiago links with Fabinho. We're looking at how Keita can fit into the team eventually. We're looking at Gini's performances. We're not just constantly going on about centre-backs. And I feel like now we're finally taking a step in a different direction, which is what we've been waiting for a long time. It may not necessarily be down to the fact that we've been playing 4-3-3 this whole time. I know we've been spending a lot of time complaining about that. It could just be due to the fact that we've been focusing so much of our game on we need this guy in centre-back, we need centre-backs, when in reality, our like scrounge for centre-backs is messed up our midfield and ultimately results in our strikers not having the support behind them that they used to. And I feel like with Fabinho back in the team, it's only been, 2 games that he's been back in his correct position. I feel like Thiago's learning to play with him. He played well with him against Leipzig, but seemed to struggle against Wolves. And I feel like they'll work on that in training, establish a better communication between them. And then further up the pitch, they'll start getting used to their deliveries, start getting used to how the midfielders are playing behind them, and things will start moving in the right direction, which is why I just feel like things can go in the right direction at the moment. Like, it's just, obviously, I'm just looking
especially with those two, especially leaving those two in the back and allowing Fabinho to kind of play in there. Yeah, okay. Boy, I feel like man needs to give you a little intro because I feel like man's got a lot to say. Your man's got things to get off his chest, Monts. Like, boy, before you do, shout out Trudon, but I think this might now be the comment of the day. Not gonna lie, shout out Ian Francis. Says Nat Phillips would headbutt his mum if it meant keeping a clean sheet, man. Savage. Yeah, I agree. Bold true. What you saying, Monts, man? What you gotta say?
I mean,
man started it with "I mean," you know. All right, that's what I know it's gonna be.
Y'all ain't gonna like this one. But
go on. What we said.
I mean, I'm loving the performances I'm seeing from Nat. I feel like Kabak's improving. Still hasn't convinced me enough, to be honest. However, I'm gonna be real. If we can keep Fabinho fit, it's looking good for us, man. It's looking very, very good. I feel like the centre backs are getting too much credit. This is Fabinho. I've seen I understand they got thrown into the deep end. It's hard to come in, to a Liverpool team that's playing so well. Even Thiago couldn't hack it. This is Fabinho's doing. I blame Klopp's tactics for not holding him in the midfield before. But right now, if we can keep him fit until Hendo comes back and we can slot Hendo in that CM position, then we're back. Mm-hmm. And we're not back. And I said, same old analogy, we won't be that all breast, no back team no more. Do you know what I mean? When you got the little perky one. But where it don't
seems to be one specific analogy tonight, guys.
I know. I'm telling you.
Do you know what I'm saying? And Liverpool suddenly we got our silhouette back. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but
So you
seriously, oh, go on.
No, I was going to say, so you actually think that it's a lot of attention being shown to the centre backs when you think, in actual fact, it's merely Flacco.
I just think it's too much. They're getting too. Yes, listen. Seriously speaking, I do think they're getting a little bit too much credit because, as Josie Boy rightly said, Wolves had too many chances. A better team would have punished us. And we, out of our chances, we didn't convert enough either. Not a good enough performance from me at Wolves. Defensively, all right. You could say we were sound because, we did keep the clean sheet. But Alisson was shaky. And, we did concede too many chances for my liking. So I do feel like we're giving too much credit to the centre-backs at the moment when the major change is Fabinho. Fabinho didn't even have an amazing, crazy game against Wolves, but he done enough. And, a lot of the time, remember, it's presence. It's presence. You're in the tunnel, you're going, do you want to start? Do you want to start? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you like he's a big don, and he's very, as I said, he's technical, he's graceful, he's elegant, he's everything you need in the CDM, and his effect is having a knock-on effect for everyone in that back line, maybe apart from Alisson, but it's having a knock-on effect, and we need to just. I think we just need to.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like.
Shit, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
We just need to, just take a step back, and it's been two great performances. Well, two better performances from the CBs. I'm all for Nat. Do you know what I'm saying? I call him Metalhead. Do you know what I mean? I'm all for Nat right now. He's the guy. But let me give it 2-3 more games of him and Kabak really, showing that they've got something.
Got a lot to do to get the move. I think
to get in my book.
No, but I think most people would say that. But I just think Kabak was the man on Tuesday. But can I just say, Monts, right? I agree with everything you're saying. But having rewatched the Wolves game, right, I would say they deserve the praise because there was 4 occasions where our midfield lost the battle from like a header coming back in. And there's been not a big deal, but do you know when Alisson made the punch?
Which one?
The one where it was like should have caught it, he punched it out. Fabinho goes up. It's not his Fabinho's fault, but he loses the header. Ball comes back in. It's a tap in, but Kabak gets there and clears it away.
When he hooks his leg, when he sort of hooked his leg.
That was amazing defending, right? Then you had the Phillips one as well. Then you had the Kabak one when Phillips made the error. I'm not saying they're perfect. I do think they deserve the praise for the Wolves game more than the Leipzig game, where I think it was primarily Fabinho. I thought Fabinho was brilliant. It was improved against Wolves. And I agree with you more than the defenders getting it, that Fabinho was a big change. But having rewatched it, I do think there was a few moments, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 moments that Carragher pointed out that they weren't perfect, but you can tell that
there's
they were on it. Like they understood. Like Kabak's ball watching was much better. Like he understood where to be, which is crazy when you're talking about a centre back. Like they should be good at that when they're 16.
At this level, crazy.
At this level, like if you're centre back, like you would expect a bit. Fair play to him. He looked like a different player. He might be at Aaron Ramsey. He might need confidence to be quality, whatever. But I just think, I thought Wolves, mate, I thought they deserved the credit they got. But I hear what you're saying about the Leipzig game, because I do think Fabinho is probably I say about Jota, I think Fabinho is the common denominator in midfield, 100%.
No, I agree, man. I agree. I think definitely. I'm going to pick up on this comment. So shout out Redmond News. He says, I don't think we will get Europe. So we got a good win last Wednesday and go for number 7. And the history is on our side. That's trust me. Shout out One Touch TV as well. Make sure you're going over there to subscribe.
Big up One Touch TV, man.
Obviously, we're going to have a massive. We've got a big one against Arsenal coming up, so we've got a lot of content that myself, Monts,
that's right.
All
One
of
Touch,
us,
I'm coming for you.
Trust me, we're coming. We got a lot of smoke. Got a lot of smoke. Gunner TV, guys. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel because it's going to be very interesting. You know what the Gooners are like in their mouths. So yeah, One Touch says, big up Nat Phillips. You see what a bit of confidence in him can do. Don't give Fabinho all the credit. Okay, this problem could have been fixed earlier. I blame Klopp. That man's got bare smoke for Klopp. Like, I I think there's some truth in that. I think you're wrong in terms of don't give Fabinho all the credit, though. I definitely would back my guy Monts. I think he's like Conroy said, the underlining factor in kind of what's going on.
You can credit both. Like, you're allowed to credit both. It's not like one or the other.
100%.
I mean,
100%, exactly, 100%. Shout out Welford TV as well. He's inside. Big yourself up. Make sure you guys are going over to him and subscribing. Right, so sorry, and I wanted to shout out Finn.
Shout out Finn.
All right, lads, was driving. Monts, you're dead on. Kabak still has the rest of the season to gel, but thankfully Philip's showing his class. I agree, Finn. I think most of us concur with that. Yeah, man, and cheers for the support, Finn, man, much appreciated. One touch, I think it's both the CBs and Fabinho, but in all truth, if he made this call earlier, you would have more points and maybe Hendo would still be fit.
Yep, you right on that one. Yeah, he right.
Why are you trying to
hindsight's 2020, guys? Like, we could play Arsenal and get beat 3-0 playing Kabak and for centre back. We've only won 2 games in a row. This is us getting gassed too early as usual. Like,
this is why Conroy.
Shout out Demo Dre. I love Demo. Honestly, Demo, I love you. Now you're too much.
No, but do you know if we beat Arsenal, guys? I'll say that's a good sample size to be like fair enough with Fabinho. But I just think Kabak and Phillips, like as you said, right? It's no cemented yet. So he's watches training. He might say that Fabinho, considering Fabinho's his 4th centre back anyway, that it was less risk. And you say the Henderson thing, but Henderson played DM as well for a bit, and it was like, then he gets injured. That's unfortunate. I just think it's like, seen a couple of games, if Fabinho still plays there and we keep winning and playing well, I would say you're right, but we could get beat, we could get battered by a team playing them 2 there, and then we all look like with egg on our face. So you don't know.
I think to be honest with you, I think Arsenal is a good.
They played well against Spurs, by the way. They played well.
That's what I was about to say. Arsenal now is a good test because the chances that we conceded against Wolves, I don't see a Lacazette, Aubameyang, or Saka missing those. So I think it's a good test to see where we are. Demo says, Monts, take what step back? Top 4 loading, bro. All steps are forward. Jeez.
You see what Demo's doing though. You see what Demo's
doing. Disagree, Demo. Disagree, mate. Love your comments.
So real. So like, you see what you see my forehead. I get creases without even frowning now. Do you know that? Do you know that?
I've had that 10 years. I've had that 10 years, mate. 10 years.
Trust me. Stress creases, bro. Stress
creases. Without even frowning no more, guys. I didn't think this would happen to me, but now look.
Guys, so, we need to get the Botox in, guys. We're all looking like we need a wee bit of leaf touch up there.
That is, and I want Fabinho to iron out the creases in my forehead. That's what I want him to do. Iron out the creases in my forehead by dragging us through the rest of the season. Please.
In actual fact, right, before I get onto my next point, again, shout out One Touch, he's trying it. Monts and Saint, I've got voice notes on you of you both crying and saying you won't be, etc. Now look at the chest, laugh my ass off, you lot, man. Pick a side. Hear what I'm saying? them times there, and you probably have got voice notes on, man, yeah? But them times there, we didn't have Flacco! Bro, we didn't have Flacco doing what he's doing, innit? There's certain times when I thought, this is going to be the one. And he wouldn't play him. I was like, oh, what's going on? And we'd get touched up. So now that we've gone 2 games, we put Flacco where he needs to be. We've got centre-backs doing what they need to be doing, and Flacco's influence is influencing them. Now my chest, like I said, man's got double D's out here. Man's out here. I say, yo, we can do this. We can definitely turn you lot over.
Double D's, double F for Fabinho.
Bro.
You got the fabs.
Fabinho!
You got the fabs. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man.
Presents.
I ain't playing with these fools. I'm tired of these fools trying to test me.
Man, we're just entertaining today. We're warming inside the place, man.
Oh, I love it. It's good crap.
Coffee.
Do you know what's
now, come on. You know what time it is, man. You know what time it is. All right, so we might as well come onto it, innit? Because we've got these pagan One Touch TV lot. Nah, honestly, all jokes aside, man, he's a good guy. Just makes some bad choices, man. You can't blame him for the team he supports, man. Go and subscribe to him and the rest of them. Let's talk about this Arsenal game, guys. Coming up. Firstly, what I want to ask, Saif, is this international break, has that come at a good time for us? What you said?
We were on the rise with things, but to be honest, at the moment, even though we were on the rise, how I saw Liverpool play against Wolves was the worst of our good form, if that makes sense. And I feel
Worst of
like
our wins, the worst of the games we've won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one, yeah.
and I feel like
that's not bad. I like the way he's put that. It's not bad way he's putting that.
yeah, and this break is kind of a chance for like even though it kind of breaks our momentum in terms of improving or whatever. It also gives us a chance to just take this break while we've picked up 3 points in the Premier League. Everyone let they get their minds back in action, have that break that we've been waiting for and talking about that fatigue and all that sort of stuff, and just come back. As the last game we played in this Premier League, we won. So the next game we go and play in this Premier League, we're also going to go and try and win because we know we can do that. And we've had how long's the break? 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, yeah. 3 games in 2 weeks, bro. It's techie, bruv. Can I just take a moment right now, collectively? I don't care who it is. God, Allah, I don't care who it is, bruv. The wood,
Thor.
please bring back, bruv. I don't care. The dirt, the sand, just the moon. Please bring back our players healthy, please, bruv. Please. There's so many games in such a short period that is techie. Go on, Saif. What are you saying, brother?
Yeah, but no, I'm just hoping. To be fair, yeah, even playing in a different squad might just rob our players in a different direction, in the direction they've needed to go, kind of thing. Like, for
I
example,
hope they all hold bench. I want them all to hold
that's
bench.
not going to happen. Come on, I'm a Scottish. I want to play. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to lie. They don't get paid to play for their countries. Van Dijk's going to go to the Euros. You need to start accepting that, because like he's not going to say, "I play for Liverpool. I'm not playing for my country." That's not
allow it, Conroy.
So why would any person do that?
I'm muting Conroy, man. He's killing me today, bro.
No, but like,
you're right.
Van Dijk is like but remember, Holland never made it to the last tournament. So he's what age is Van Dijk now? 27, 28? He can't.
28, I think actually.
Marco Reus missed 2 tournaments because he broke his leg before it. You can't mess about with that stuff. And as much as Liverpool fans might like, he loves Liverpool, but he loves his country, and he's a captain of his country. Of course, he's going to go to the Euros. There's no way that you can even hold that against him. And this about banning our players to go, that's just going to cause resentment, because like maybe that comes with success, because Andy Robertson, Scotland captain, Van Dijk, Holland captain, Gini Wijnaldum, Holland's number 10. Just it comes with success, guys. I think I'm not being the bearer of bad news, but
Mane, is he not captain?
But you need to accept that if you're a big team, you're going to have players who start every game for the country.
Why is Henderson not captain for England, by the way?
Well, that's another debate. I've spoken to
what?
about that. Hold on. You pick the only player who's not a captain for his team is your captain. That's the most England thing I've heard in my life. Well done. Well done.
Honest.
And we to be fair, the one person that probably could have answered that best is not he's left his Jersey boy, because he's a big
England Jersey feels the same as
yeah. Okay, shout out Ian Francis, who says that the break-in factors come at the perfect time, especially for Klopp.
Yeah, I agree.
And shout out Demo Drake. So very quickly before you go on, Safe, most of you guys are in the group. I'll send you why top 4 is on later. Don't worry, Monts. LOL. You guys will get on the train just like the Nat train.
I love he's convincing people.
I was on the Nat train still.
Let me tell Demo one thing. Yeah, if you convince Conroy to say top 4 is on, I'll say top 4 is on.
Yeah.
You're not convinced.
You know what? I know. If you can give us a win and a good performance against Arsenal, I think Conroy might actually come out and say that.
I've said before, performance is more important than results, and people might think you're talking, but what I mean is, like, we're not going to scrap every game, because we've never been that team.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm saying.
Delude yourself, guys. We're not a Rafa Benitez team. That's not how this team plays. You get lucky wins, but like even last season, it's a bit of an anomaly, the amount of games that we scored. In the sense we played really well, but we didn't play well, but got the result. But like, there's a formula for doing that. Like, you change your formation. Liverpool didn't; they kept playing the same way. We've never been like. You might disagree. We're not like that team who can just be ugly for weeks. Because now
you're right.
So I think performance. You might think I'm crazy, but see if we like drew, but we're creating and playing well, I would get more confidence for that, because then I could see us putting a run together. But see if you're just scraping every game and getting lucky, you can't maintain that for 10 games. It's impossible.
The thing is, you're right, you're 100% right with that. And I know performances will give not just us confidence, but the team as well. But right now, with 10 games left, we haven't got time to drop points.
Finish and save, or if finish
The Scottish internet, innit?
Nah, bro, allow the Scottish internet. My internet's here. You can see me. You can see my ugly face. Allow me. Conroy, you're speaking at the moment. I'm just gonna move it on to someone. And then when you come back, hello. You
Hello?
back? Yo, yeah. There you are.
Don't know what's happening. Sorry, guys.
Nah, that's all good, man. No, listen, before I go, I kick it to Monts to let me know. Shout out Finn, who says, you know what it is, saying, I'm more shook about how the players will integrate and handle training sessions post international break, and that is a very, very, very good point. Finn, pick up yourself each and every time, man. Honestly, really, really good point. And that's why I'm pretty much shook at the same thing. We're kind of now getting our players back. We're getting into a bit of a groove. And I'll be damned if some internationals go and spoil that, man. I'll be fuming.
It's not like there's a global pandemic on or anything, guys, is there?
Why even is what international break?
I know. This is what we'll do. You can't delay that match because it's a football match. That's more important than the health of the country.
Go on holiday. Can't fly and go on holiday, but then man can fly and kick ball. Madness. Monts, what are you saying? What's this? Has this international break come at a good time or bad time? What are you saying?
Well, I've always been one to say that international breaks always make us crap for like the first game. Every time we get back from international break, I just look at us and go, we're crap right now. For like the first at least 45 minutes. And I feel like it's been that way probably since Brendan Rodgers. You know, we've just never been that team to go, it doesn't matter. We'll come back from the break and then we seem to I don't know what it is, our foot just kind of comes off the pedal a little bit. You know, things are a little bit slow, you know, and sometimes we've been made to pay a few times. I think this time around, even though we built a little bit of momentum, like Conroy said, it's the performance more than the results. And the performances hasn't been majorly convincing, again, apart from really Leipzig. So, you know, in terms of good performances, I feel like this international break can't really hinder that because there isn't that many good performances to carry on from. Do you know what I mean? I hear that. You know, if there's anything we need to worry about, it's again injuries, which is the obvious, and I think just intensity in the camp. If people are going to go and play for their countries, then they need to be intense. I don't want them you will be scared of them getting injured, but I want them playing to a certain intensity and a quality so they can bring that back to the camp at Liverpool, and then they can take it to the Emirates and smoke those guys over there because, you know, if I hate Arsenal.
They're competitive games as well, Monts. Games, which makes a difference. They're competitive, not friendly.
I really want these guys to come back with the same intensity and the same hunger that they've flown out with. Do you know what I mean? So if they are going to go out to international duty, and Conroy's right in what he's saying, like, they are going to go. We can't tell them no more time because it's their countries and they're going to want to play. VVD is going to play in the Euros. We can't tell them not to. Like, you know, as I said, you can get one injury and you can miss your whole country's golden era. E.g. Marco Reus. He missed Germany's golden era.
Which is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And when he was at the top of his game, you know.
People forget that. People forget how good Royce was at that time.
Honestly, redonkulous.
You're right, man.
So just off of that, I feel like for the players that fly out, keep that intensity and just bring it back. You know, I hope Naby goes. I know Naby is susceptible to injuries, but I really hope Naby goes because he just needs to play more football for me. Get Naby playing more football. You know.
But then to go and then get Brock, I'll be so hurt.
If he gets Brock though, man, it's the season.
I know, but it's just,
man.
It's
guys, can't keep them
gonna hurt me
all the time, guys. You can't keep them especially Naby Keita. If he's going to get injured there's a good chance he's going to get injured with Liverpool in his next game. Do you know what I mean? So it's like he needs to play football. I need to see Naby Keita play football because I think there's a great player in there, and we might see it one day, but they put up this rehab plan in place for him not to keep stopping starting. So, to be honest, I'd be quite happy.
Let's see if it works. Right, I want to get through these quickly so that we can start some Arsenal chat because I know we're going to be heated. But I have to stop this stream at 6:30. I have to stop this. So Finn says, You know what it is, Monts? This time we aren't carrying the same form, so the bounce back post internationals could see all the past few weeks' hard work become undone, and I do totally understand that. I get that. Demo also says you're right, Monts. Even when we went to Dubai for warm weather training, once we hear that, we came back and played rubbish. So I have always been like, listen, we're not great. We're not a great team that plays well with time. It's generally has always been the case. You know what I mean? You think, oh, we've got a week off, we'll be all right, and then it just doesn't click. We're do you know what I mean? We just keep on playing, and when we won the title that time, our form. Remember when we was just bang, bang, next game, we was just carrying it. Do you know what I mean? And that I think is a big thing for us. All right then, boom. Let's get into this.
Nick, see, just before we do, sorry, mate. Demo just mentioned that I just checked it online as well. That Keita, according to the Echo, apparently Keita might be recalled early. As Demo said, as I checked it there, because one of the games is against Nambia, so he would miss the Arsenal game.
Liverpool have exercised their right to recall Naby Keita from international duty.
Yeah, so I read that.
So he's playing some games. So he's playing some games. I don't think he's playing all of them. Is that right, Saif?
Yeah, I think he's only playing one game.
One game, yeah.
One game and a few training sessions.
Because of the self-isolation period, I'd imagine it would be.
Yeah, if he did play in that Namibia game, he would not be able to play against Arsenal or the first leg of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Man, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just crazy. Like, I just feel it. It just makes no sense. This whole international thing at the moment, like, just
crazy,
so forced, isn't it?
Right.
But I'll let you get on next. Sorry, mate.
Right, no, just because, like I said, I have to finish at 6:30, otherwise my missus is gonna beat me. Yeah, no, seriously, and I know we've got a lot to say in terms of these pagans in North London, Arsenal. Yeah, bruv. All right, so let's talk about this, innit? One Touch TV. Wow, Monts, tell us how you really feel. Blatant closet Arsenal fan, or he had the trial there and didn't make it. Minor Monts. Shit happens, bruv. Hear what I'm saying? Monts, I got you. You ain't even got to answer that, brother. Bruv, there's no hidden hatred about like that, bruv. You lot are just. Bruv, listen, here, shout out man like Shawnee. I will show you because we all have the same invested energy with you lot. That shout out man like Shawnee. I don't care how bad we are. Losing to Arsenal is unacceptable. The thought of that makes my skin crawl. Allow that. That is just how it is, innit? Because you lot's mouths will be going on. Klopp's broken. We broke him. Arteta figured him out. It's madness, man. We losing to you lot is just not happening. That's why I know we've got a lot to say in 11 minutes. But boy, how do we feel going into this game? Like, what are we saying?
Let's let Monts go. Let's get Monts. He looks like he's ready to go.
Monts looks like he's doing research, so I'm coming to Monts last. Monts is drawing for the cannon, so don't worry. I'm coming to Monts last, man. Don't worry. Conroy, it's mad, yeah, because like with me, Saif, and Monts, obviously I'm up in Glasgow now, but obviously I'm a North London boy. Do you know what I mean? Monts a North London boy, and like Saif's a London boy, so we all have like a little investment.
Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the hate
with Arsenal. It's serious.
They say Liverpool fans are unbearable. Yeah, trust me, Arsenal fans. Oh my god, they pick up a win, yeah, and you think that's it. Oh, that's it.
It's a madness. So this is what you're experiencing. So I want to kick it to someone who doesn't have that any kind of affiliation and just kind of.
I'll be honest, guys. See, like, I didn't want to lose to Arsenal because basically a lot of the time is we've got a better team, but we've got such a piss poor record at Emirates. It really annoys me. We never go and turn up there. Even the games we've won, it's been a struggle. We always play well, never finish. Surprise, surprise. Liverpool under Klopp don't finish well. Where have I heard that before? Every season. But the thing is, for me, I'll be honest, guys. I spoke to Saif, knows my feelings. See Chelsea, but see Man U's the one that makes my skin crawl. Like, see when we got beat 3-2, and I see fans coming out trying to be positive. I'm like, no. See, when you lose to Man, you need to win that game. You lose that game. I didn't want you come and give good player ratings. I didn't want Firmino to assist. That's not acceptable. It's just, for me, that's the one that John O'Shea, last minute winner at Anfield when we dominated. I can't let that go. I can't let it go. Right. Genuinely, Man U makes my skin crawl. I can tell you're still suffering. You're still working through things. I can tell.
It's
even people like Chelsea. Man U's above Chelsea for me. It's always been Man U. So Arsenal, I don't like it, but I can hear it in your voices that the area you stay in is definitely, or stayed in, Nick, has definitely created this, because I imagine it's the people you're around after this result in normal circumstances that's caused this this feeling. So listen, that's my feelings on it. Listen, I think Arsenal have always had when they've had a poorer team, we never really made them pay when we've played well. It's always, even for when it's been close, that's always annoyed me. So I feel more like I get pissed off more against Arsenal than fuming like my skin would crawl if we lost. Never want to lose a game, but I'll let you take it away because I can feel that it's a different vibe. I'm kind of disappointed, but I think you will be hitting the ceiling if we lose.
It'll be a next vibe. Before we even go, shout out man like Laser LFC. Please go over there and check out his channel. Doing big things. Big up all the man them. And shout yourself out, Laser man. Listen. Like I said, listen. Guys. I'm a North London boy. I probably would have been an Arsenal fan if I weren't a Liverpool fan. 95% of my cohorts are Arsenal fans. So, like, I'm going to...
Are all your mates Arsenal fans, Nick? Are all your mates Arsenal fans?
Literally 95%, and then I've got like 5%. And I've said this to James Redmond, and I think the boys will concur. But living in London is a lot worse. Like, it's a lot harder. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot harder than when I said to James, I'm like, you're in Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So you only have to deal with Liverpudlians. Do you know what I mean? Even Everton fans, it's just Liverpudlians. Whereas when you're in London, it's a melting pot. You've got Arsenal fans, you've got Man United fans. Do you know what I mean? And it's just in your face. So like, it's a lot worse. Like, and for some reason, regardless of anything, Arsenal fans are the loudest. Do you know what I mean? Always been the loudest.
Yeah.
So
even
it's
in 10th.
a madness.
How are you talking from 10th?
This is a history lesson today, guys. My computer's roasting right now.
You know, 35, did you know? 35.
That's why I said we gotta get onto this. Go ahead.
35% of their trophies are community shields. Don't talk to me.
He's got the facts. He's got the notepads.
I'm waiting for my turn. Don't worry, I'm waiting for my turn.
Hey, listen. There is, and I want to say something to you. Yeah, there is a lot more of this smoke. I've got so much content coming with Monts. Me and Monts are doing stuff on his channel, on my channel. We've got Big Gun AFC, got One Touch TV, that pagan. Like, bro, we're doing a lot of stuff in it. So make sure, I need all of the Liverpool man, and they say you never walk alone. Come show me in it, because these lot gonna be here talking a hella smack. So come represent in it. But yeah, listen, Monts, fire away, man, fire away.
Fire away.
Fire away. Actually, before you go.
Oh, I ain't done. They seem to forget this day, so sometimes I like to just throw it back to this one.
Hey, One Touch. Are you there?
5-1.
Is this where man breaking man's glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, studs. Don't talk to me about these studs, you know.
Another go? Surely not, lads. Surely not.
Them man, hey, listen. Them man talk to me about Arshavin. I know it's gonna come up, so I'm gonna preempt it. They'll bring up Arshavin, bro. They'll bring up Arshavin.
But they didn't even win that game, so I'm not even trying to hear it.
Yeah, I know, bro. Before you go, Finn, must-win game. Cannot deal with any of my brothers coming at me if we take the L. You see what I'm talking about? See, Conroy it's immense, bro. Shout out Finn, who's concurring. All right, let's see what these pagans have to say. The intensity in Monts' face, laughing my ass off. Brother smile, looking like he want to be tagged in. Right. You've been tagged, bro. You've been tagged.
Listen. I'm gonna be real, yeah. I'm a real. If I said I never really go into Arsenal games even fearing these guys, so I'll be real. If I said I was going into this game confident, I'll be a liar. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be a liar, because Arsenal, you know, they put in a very convincing performance at Tottenham. They did. They've had some really good performances, and the Chelsea performance is the one that stands out for me because I feel like that was a big turning point for them, especially. However, if Arsenal go and beat West Ham, then they go and beat us. They will then be 1 point ahead of us. You guys won't see me for a while. Should that happen,
Bro, the noise,
they will
the
not.
noise I will get. Oh
Yeah.
my!
Remember, guys, we live in I live in
God.
obviously I'm in Birmingham now, but I have to go to North London and I will be watching that game at my cousin's. So I'm saying. So, and remember these Arsenal fans, they are shameless. They are shameless. They do not care about the past. They don't even care about 2 games ago. When we smoked them 3-1 at Anfield, it's like they don't even remember that anymore. It's gone from their head. It's gone from their head. This is the worst season they probably had position-wise in ages. They say this is their worst season every year. Every year. They say they've been going through transition season after season
From what
after
day?
season
From what day?
after season. Next year they'll be saying, yeah, but we're in transition, so it's fine. It's fine to come 12. It's calm. It's fine.
Everybody's
Something
in
with that.
transition nowadays, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's always-
everyone's in,
everything is-
everyone's in transition. But right now, I'm not having verbal from Arsenal fans when they've been 10th for how long? What? Clap. You beat Tottenham, but you went from 10th to 10th. Leave me alone. Like I don't understand it.
That seems to be an excuse all the time as well. See, you say that clubs in transition. See, when a board doesn't want to spend money, I'm not just saying at Arsenal, but every team seems to say, "Oh, this is our transition season." I'm like, football used to be, you've got 5 games, show me something. But now it's like there's so many different terminology to buy more time.
Finn,
Honestly,
that's
when you
my
have
that's
Hector
my
Bellerin
that's my
at right
version of
back,
that's my
relax.
version of heaven right there, Finn. Shout out Finn, Bobby hat trick. Nothing better than being in a pub full of gooners.
I
and
need
seeing their
Bobby in
faces.
that game because he
Brother,
turns up against Arsenal.
I'll be
He
there.
turns up.
Oi. Yeah, man. Bobby does turn up. I do believe that was at Anfield. Sanchez, Ozil. All right.
Hey, listen. It's saying I got to shoot, yeah. But before I go,
No, of course.
do you remember
Go
that
ahead.
20 minutes?
Oh, it was being played. Did you not?
Where Klopp
I'm
lost
not gonna
man's
lie.
glasses
I
and that.
can barely hear. Like, I'm not gonna lie. My fan on my laptop so loud. I couldn't hear it.
Listen, lads. Listen, I've got to head, lads. All right, but great show.
Of
Thanks
course,
for
bro.
having me.
Listen,
All right.
thanks ever so much for joining. We'll
Hey,
be
listen,
out.
I'm off to go,
We
yeah?
appreciate you, man.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, bro. Listen, before you go, make sure you can catch Conroy on Twitter. I'll give him the handle, Conroy.
So it's @_Conroy H on Twitter, guys.
Boom. Make sure you're following my guy.
You
And
guys
make sure
like,
you
all right.
go over. No worries, brother. You take care. And make sure you go
Take
over
care,
to
my
the
boy.
official Saif and go and subscribe. Brother, thank you for joining, man. Much appreciated.
Take care, bro.
Monts, bro. It's left to us, man. We got literally 5 minutes before we get out of here. But you know what I mean? No one's really gonna show the Arsenal. They ain't got the affiliations like us, man, in it. So let's take it away.
True.
Shout out. Let me just read out some of these comments quickly. Boom. Shout out Clock Talk TV. Smash the like, guys. Keep the good work up. In actual fact, if I'm right, we are going over there tomorrow. You're on Clock Talk TV tomorrow. You're not 5:30.
It could be. I thought we did that one for a surprise, but
listen,
come
on, it's out there now. So make sure you lot go over to Clock Talk TV. We'll be over there tomorrow.
Big them up,
yeah, man, chopping it up, man. Big them up. Demo, shout out everyone in the chat. Chat's been active today, man. Thank you so much, man. Big yourself up, man. Lace up your boots, Bobby Dazzler. You know this. You remember that goal? Do you remember when he said that on the floor? Turn right and then chink left and then chink right. What's his name? Torreira's doing swimming on the floor, like all sorts, man. Tucked it. Oh, mate, come on.
Yeah, man. Big up Laser FC, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Every time.
Yeah, big up Laser FC always. Finn, man. Shout out Finn. Smash the likes, guys.
Big up Finn. Just people gotta remember, like, when people talk about Bobby, I don't even talk about, when Bobby first signed it took him a while to start scoring, innit? Like, it took him a while in that 15-16 season, I believe, that game against Arsenal where I think it was a 3-3 draw, and Bobby literally gets the ball, spins it off that Milner pass, bends it top bins. He gets the 2 goal. Remember early. I know you know that. I know you remember that one.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. He's been bagging against these bums. These bums. You get these bums. You get it? I say that with bass.
With bass, bro. I heard it.
Saying?
The vibrations I hear it, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know that little youth that loves to kick your ankles, but like, you don't want to pay them no mind, because if they was to lose in a fight, they'll go, yeah, but I'm little, I'm small, I'm smaller club than you. You gotta swat these guys like a little fly on the wall. The Arsenal are literally the fly on the wall right now. Before, we used to be in the same bracket as them. I'll be real. 4 or 5 years ago, we was on Arsenal's level. And that's fine. And I used to love the rivalry. But now it's not a rivalry. You're just picking on the big guy. Leave us alone.
But even
Honestly.
Man United, even Man United, man will be like, oh yeah, but we weren't what we were. There is some realization that they're scud now, or they were anyways. Whereas Man United, man, are always forever. Arsenal, man, they're just like, bro, can you not see what's going on?
It's the little cousin.
So they're just talking big
Honestly.
chat. Shout out Finn, bro. You know the score. The only one stood in the LFC jersey, creasing at the rest of the pub. Trust me, bro. That must have been levels. I respect AFC. They're a good club, but some of their fans on some other stuff. That's what it is. It's the fans. It's the fans. It's the fans.
Yeah, I like the players. I like their players.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I like the way they play
football. They're a likable club.
Some of my favorite players of all time are Premier League in Premier League or Arsenal.
My Arsenal shirt.
The Bergkamps, bruv. I love the club. Like I said, I'm a North London boy. I would sooner be an Arsenal fan than a Spurs fan, believe me. But it's the fans, them. Yeah. Them man there. They need to
Kunz, it's all love, man. I know you're not really a verbal man, but you know, as soon as it touches April Fool's Day, we're not boys, right? We're not boys.
We go back, bruv. We go back school days, so man can throw a little pagan your way, and you just have to hold it, like. You know
but for real though, like again, with the Arsenal, man, as I said, it's the fan side of it, because you know, you look at some of the Sanchez is one of my favorite players I've ever seen. Well, it's Arsenal Sanchez. Crazy. Crazy. He was beautiful to watch. That man in the Arsenal, beautiful to watch. There's so many positives, but then you just got them Arsenal fans that still think there's like if our club was ever
Darren, shout out Darren Whelan.
Yeah, man.
Island in the place today. Shout out Dazza. Go on, my guy. What you said?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you know, I just feel like they want to be relevant so bad, so they have to sort of pick on the big boys. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the vibe I'm getting. Man. You know, the little cousin that wants to jump in and watch the horror movies with the big cousins, and you just get swatted out the room. That's what I'm feeling right now. Do you know what I'm saying? But no, big up Arsenal.
No, I hear that. Now, big up Arsenal, man. And listen, it's a big one. Like, it's a big one because it's Arsenal, but at the same time, it's a big one in where we can move to. If they beat us, there's big ramifications, and if we beat them, we're on to stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm not, just because we're pressed for time, I'm not going to go into much more of the Arsenal chat. Tune into Clock TV tomorrow. Like I said, me and Monts will be on there, and I'm sure we'll probably dive in a little bit and talk about kind of all of that. Let me just close out by reading some of the chats, because the man them have shown love today, man. Thank you ever so much. Ian Francis, love getting involved in the chat. Love all the boys. Saif, thank you very much. Youssef, Saif, you remind me so much of expressions. Keep up the great work, my brother. Bro, I think it's a North London thing. You know them ones there. Being real, you know them ones there. No, thank you. Much appreciated, my guy. Much appreciated. Finn, they're getting hyped because our form slipped months. They think they can come at us. No, they can. Bro,
they can. We are touchable, innit? We're quiffable. We are touchable. We can get touched. Because remember, we got a bit of back now. We got a bit of attraction. We got a bit of back now. And I say we got silhouette now.
We've been hitting the squats. We've been hitting the squats. Like,
we can get touched. I'll be real. We're not that good. We're not deluded in it, but we still need to smoke these bums.
Of course. Channing says, who is your most hated Man U? I'm gonna say Man U player. Most hated. I wouldn't say I hate anyone. I don't think I hate anyone. I to be honest with you, not hate. I just feel sorry for Maguire, man. I just feel like you're dead food, bruv. I love it that he's in that. I just think he's dead, bruv, and it's long. And I don't think they're gonna move forward with having him as their main centre back. So
I don't hate any of them. I'll be real. I actually don't hate any of them players. I used to really dislike Ander Herrera because I just thought he gave me Eric Lamela vibes. Like the way he used to scream and dive and roll on the floor. His gamesmanship skills were so good. He used to annoy me when these men were 1-0 up against us. And he just talking about it now. But apart from that though, like I don't really dislike any I don't think I hate any footballer. I'll be real. There's a few. I hate Ramos. I'll be real, but go on.
Yeah, of course. No, I hear that. And to be very honest with you, Man United didn't do nothing. Like if they were mounting more of a Premier League title, then there might be some hate. You know, one's there, but they ain't. Like they're just there. You know, they're slightly better than us at the moment. It is what it is. We'll be back where we need to be. where did I get to? The One Touch TV. Who are these Arsenal man that you know? We are dead. I know this. I'm very comfortable admitting this. You alone.
Wait, he's
bro.
acting like he doesn't watch Big Six Bands.
You and
don't
bro.
do that. Don't
yeah,
do
bro.
that.
Trust me, bro. It's just they all do this, but not me. Who? Shut up, man. You, bruv. You know we've got brethrens. Don't let me start popping off our brethrens over YouTube, bruv. Like, come on, stop it, bruv. Shout out Laser. It was nice having you, bro. Make sure you lot are going over to subscribe to him. Like I said, Demo, I'm already gonna have you on the channel, brother. You talk too much sense, man. So you're definitely coming on. Man says you need the donate button now. Thank you, my guy. Thank you ever so much. But listen, guys, man.
We're gone.
Yeah, man, for real, man. Big Six Bands. Make sure you're going over there. My guy, this guy's he's my brother, man. So make sure you're going over there and showing him the love that he deserves, man. And thank you everyone that was in the chat that's been watching. Sub if you're new, I beg you. We're like a stone throw away. Man can smell the 300, bro. Yeah, no, I can smell it, bro. It's there.
I'm feeling like Sparta. So if I don't see 300 in 3 days, we're gonna have problems, people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Come on. Love. Everyone, safe. Have a good night. Boom. And we're out.
Take care.